Certainly survived the tournament, as we'll see Imperial looking much better overall, you have to say. A 14-5 lead squandered in the first map, though, managing to convert Anubis in a very convincing manner. And we'll see them start on the T side here after losing the knife on Overpass. A very strategic affair and a nice flashbang to kick things off. Opening frag goes in favor of felps.
They've got so many nades. Henny's going to be throwing them out. Double smoke, molly flash. This is it. The full commit. Felps, the sharp end, entering the site. Leaping into short water, a missed heaven smoke. That's a yikes from me. Dio double G. But all the same, not going to cost him anything as the heaven position not going to connect. It was Advent taking those pot shots.
All right, Imperial. How do you give this one up? It looks like it's a done deal. The job's been done. CT's going for a bit of a desperate boost at this point, hoping they can find some damage. Might just be better off saving the Kevlar at this stage. I think they've realized it. And now Imperial are on the hunt, looking to find these remaining CT players as they look to just hold on to the Kevlar. As mentioned, Advent has nothing really to take into the next round, so he'll stand and fight. He's actually done very well, earned himself $600. Not bad. Make it
900. Keep making money.
180.
Yeah, he had nothing to save, so that's actually a pretty decent outcome for him. Gets himself $2,900 in total, but still, the pistol pretty convincing for Imperial there. Just a nice little consolation prize for 5yclone, who should be force buying the second with the save Kevlar.
Feels like Imperial have been quicker, you know, out of the gate in both of these maps, right? Like we've had them get off to these rip-roaring starts. This one's more of the same. A storm is brewing, thousands of yards across. Imperial 5yclone rages on as the pistol round goes in favor of Imperial.
The Imperial 5yclone does sound like some sort of spaceship, doesn't it, from the Star Wars universe?
It would be kind of sick, I bet, you know, just because all things from Star Wars are
the best. The best thing ever.
The best thing ever was Star Wars,
so they call it. Anything Star Wars related, I love it. And, well, there's felps opening a couple of frags, and this force buy not doing too much for 5yclone right now.
Yeah, but a couple of Jar Jar dinks, and you got yourself a frag. There goes VINI. And Advent once more. He nearly caught the tail end of the retreating felps, but now he's a dead man. Yes, he is. Takes down Jota, so some good cash farmed up, but they invested into this. Advent, he's getting kills, but they mean absolutely diddly squat if you can't convert the round. I need to get that bomb down.
Yeah, should be nothing Kaze can do here. He's starting to realize it, losing information, bombs planted, and unfortunately in the unenviable spot of saving the scout. He's got a smoke as well, but the round's over. It's going to be 2-0. Another flying star for Imperial here. That should be 3-0 confirmed because there'll be no further cash going forward. There will be a scout potentially. Not really much you can do with it though, is there?
I don't actually know what skin this is.
I'll tell you. Death Strike. It's quite cool, isn't it? I like the
It's got a scorpion on it. I didn't know we had a scorpion-based scout.
Nor did I. I've been thinking about getting the acid fade. It's got that nice green scope.
Yeah, all right, all right.
It's probably really expensive, isn't it? It's a bluey, isn't it?
I don't think it's like super rare, but it is one of the older.
It looks very nice in CS2. Acid fade scout. But yeah, I was thinking about that. I was also looking at the AWP fade. Bloody hell, has that not increased? Ooh. Hugo Byron must have got in right at the right time.
About $2 on that.
Okay, well, I'll treat myself then. I'm only using the Abyss right now.
About $2, yeah.
Treat yourself.
I'll treat myself.
Yeah.
Like a packet of Walker's Crisps or an acid fade in the game.
Scouts.
Or any other brand of crisps that you prefer.
Indeed. It's always good to clarify. Well, we do have the eco, as predicted here. There is that same scout. Why is it moving at 1,000 miles an hour? The surf there towards Monster.
The Imperial 5yclone.
Yeah, it doesn't lead to a kill, but the grenade might. Does a lot of damage towards Jam Young and Advent here. You'd like to think that boltz will pick up all the kills and hopefully farm some cash, but he gets tagged by that scout. At least that will confirm they should go towards A.
They want to try and punish him. Ooh! They try! They try! And they succeed. Kaze will eventually deal with the MAC-10. And now Mercury dead over on the A site. This should just be the Imperial round.
Yeah, just got to pick up that bomb. Vinny's done just that. And he's on his way. Both of these CTs still towards that monster position. Nice find from Jota as well with the only SMG on Imperial, so it's nice to be getting some extra cash.
Jota has a beautiful combo of gloves at Mach 10 as well. Now's a good time to maybe take a look.
I will. Oh.
Look
You're
at that.
Right, that is very coherent.
What is that? Is that like the Vice gloves? Is that the name, Henry?
Device gloves?
No, Vice. Like
Vice gloves.
Device. Just
I don't
not
have the
Device.
gloves, to be fair. It's just I have that Mach 10, though. It's part of my purple collection.
Yeah, the Scarlet Pimpernel, as we were referring
Yes.
to.
Still trying to offload that. If any takers are listening and want to trade out a whole purple collection, let me know.
A full loadout swap.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That's what I'm looking for.
What color you want to go to?
What's that?
What color do you want to go to?
I want to go black and gold.
Black and gold.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's where I need to be. But we need to transition. I need to offload everything I've got right now.
Yeah.
So maybe next week we'll start the journey. Because it doesn't feel very me. I'm not a purple guy. What was I thinking? Suits Jota.
Was it London conspiracy stickers?
I think so.
Is that what kind of pulled you in?
I think I bought a ton of those.
All right, yeah.
And I had like 30 of them to go with the purple collection. I just went ham. I just went too deep. Started selling everything that I had, all the classics.
Everything must go.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that little smoke. Jota's got one. Thrown it out deep towards their advance of the A site. You can see Mercury's reaction is to throw an awful one of his own.
That's not winning any awards.
No, maybe worst smoke award. But I think Henny would have him beat there.
So, bit of a bonus situation for Imperial. 3-0 up. So much cash, so much success. They're operating with the Galils and the Mach 10s here. In terms of helmet watch, 3 players without. Felps trying to open things up here. 2 players behind him. Jota to find the first kill with the Mach 10. 3 in total. Call the round done. 4-0 locked in. And this is going from bad to worse. Cyclone couldn't get going on Anubis, and now another huge deficit to kick off the 3rd and final map with tournament life on the line here, boys. Not the way we wanted to finish things off.
No,
Cyclone.
really not as well, especially because I think Cyclones come here and actually play, some pretty good CS for the most part, right? And I think the depth has kind of been the biggest issue for them, right? In a BO3 series, usually they'll have one map that they're good on, another map that they kind of surprise you on as to how well they do. But that's all it kind of ever is, right? You never really look at a Vito and feel like Cyclone were ever in a good place. And that's been a bit of a reoccurring theme for them across the tournament so far. But I've been pleasantly surprised. I have very much enjoyed watching this Cyclone roster play. It's a cool mixture of new and old faces from within the region coming together.
Yeah, no, I agree. I echo your sentiment. I just think I can't help but feel like they're just an extended stay, given them 2 months of Counter-Strike of this quality, of this caliber, that depth, it starts to develop. It's just a question of whether or not they have the facilities for that. But Cyclone, yeah, a trip to Europe, a win against the North American team, and then losses to everyone else. Last chance Saloon. See if Cyclone can hit their shots. As it does seem like Imperial, they've just got a little too much to offer on this T side. It's diverse.
Yeah.
It's a default. And it is Kaze pushing long with his AWP. No one else really equipped bar the M4 on Jam Young.
Slowly but surely starting to take territory on the map. Imperial showing presence towards long, but B is their main focus for now. Boost will be set up towards short. And same maybe for the CTs as well. They are considering a similar approach deeper in CT here. So it's going to be Jam Young up high. Same story for VINI. Who will strike first, though? It's Mosier in position. A dangerous one at that.
Safe for now, but how long do they wait?
See, the thing about this, though, is like these boosts should never see each other. And as long as they have the... Oh, the jump's kind of huge. I wonder if he saw him there.
He's talking a lot.
But the thing that was weird about it is that them having that boost at CT means that you would never need a player in at barrels. Mosier would never need to go there, right?
Yeah,
so
true.
Imperial would just be waiting on that boost forever, and they can't do that. Eventually, they've just got to dismantle it and decide to go. So out through Monster on the back of the flashes. Boost dismantled. And
Nice.
First kills come out from Mosier and Jam Young. It's successful to open this up.
Yeah, awkward though. Advent, his forward position, has lost the life. lost the bomb site. The bomb can go down. Henny, he's still hesitant, gets the info on that bridge to crawl. Mosier still sticking around this site. He's got a good idea as to where they reside. Kaze from heaven. A nice catch from Mosier. felps overextended, and just like that, the round comes through. Everyone hits their shot in a beautiful sequence of synchronicity for Cyclone's first.
Yeah, a bit of finesse coming in from Cyclone there. Some beautiful kills, some well-placed shots, and it's Imperial looking very uncomfortable after having all the advantages they could ask for. That was a bit of a partial buy from Cyclone there. Pistols and the AWP post their first round here. It's Jam Young doing the work from the boosted position, but it was down to Mosier applying that pressure, encroaching on the bomb site, and Mercury closing out the Desert Eagle as well. And it will be 4-1 here, but a ton of money, as you might imagine, for Imperial. They've got a full buy and then some going forwards. felps is still $6,200. All right then, Kaze. He's been relatively quiet by his standards since the first map. Would love to see him pop off here on the CT side. They've arrived just in the nick of time, just before this one started to unravel. 4-1 deficit. Early days here on Overpass, and not going to be biding their time here at all. VINI is flashed through and gets yet another opening frag. You know, on the second map, Anubis, they owed 15-6 in terms of opening kills compared to Cyclone. So there was a good reason they had such a landslide victory.
Yeah, it was very well drilled. Map that suits the players as well, their tendencies and approach. Their CT side as well. I feel like everyone can take notes from the way Imperial approached that. VINI calling the shots. He's made a nice read of the situation. He's got his boys retooling now to rejoin. They want to make sure they still keep the A players on their toes. And a re-smoke has been thrown. Jota trying to make it a feign of that mid-control, and it is going to keep the rotations flowing. Advent's joined the pack. It's all for naught. Mosier will replace him. Okay, they are going to have at least 2 players here on the B side of things. They're using their util well to buy time, but it's going to be a very late hit coming in just off the back of the orb, the space. Great shot.
Not a bad way for this to start, right? Now Mercury here to join him. Advent getting activated on the backstab, but that's a little ugly and feels like a little too soon. Plant denied at least in the final 10 seconds here. Now you've got to rush for this plant, and boltz at least holds the line. Kaze in the last round was able to wallbang Henny here. But this time they'll change up that plant spot, and boltz will nail Kaze, dealing with him and finding a 5th for Imperial.
Oh, some nice shots there for Cyclone once again. It looked like a solid B hold right up until the last moment. The bomb planted in the open, and the CT orb couldn't recover the scenario. After winning a partial buy previously, they now have to take a timeout and consider their options. Mercury's got an M4, but that's about it. Jota with a very important kill on the connector there, managed to save the day with boltz protecting the plant in the dying moments of the round there. Gets the final frag as well. 5-1, money broken once again, but to be fair, there are 2 players with around $8,000, so it's broken for 3, but they will take the timeout, discuss their options, and divvy up the cash here. So should be absolutely fine. They can even purchase an AWP, but they need to start posting a few more rounds here, as this one is looking like Imperial have got it locked in already. T side of Overpass going very well for them.
Yeah, we've had a couple of glimmers of hope from Kaze, I'll say, to open up this map. I feel like since he's had the orb, you've seen him be involved. The one round that Cyclone have,
right,
I think could be attributed in part to Kaze on that AWP, because it was him who spammed out Henny. And he's someone as well who here on Overpass, he's actually, you know, quite at home, feels quite good. I even remember, I think, years ago now, one of my first exposures to even getting to watch Kaze was when he was in Flash, and they used to not mind, you know, attempting this map back then, and that was years ago. Kaze getting aggressive down the long side will put that orb to work, and so he steals the 3v2.
Yeah, that's some nice calculated aggression here from Cyclone. The man advantage now, but still plenty of the round to be played out. Jota's towards short. He'll call for some backup in the form of Henny. He's got the AWP and a full utility belt as well. We'll see if he can drop in the smoke. Molotov towards barrels as well. And Jota is going to have to try and find an opening frag on this side of the map. It looks like he's got the idea of a close range CT, but can't find the kill. That's round confirmed. The second for Cyclone here. Henny just fighting for his life. He has got the bomb on his back, but Mosier's going to find him as he pushes off towards short. So that's a very convincing round. They're not done yet. as CycLone used the timeout to great effect. Bit of aggression towards middle, trading out the kills and getting that man advantage. Really nice stuff.
See if they can replicate. Imperial reaching deep into the coffers now. About a $1 grand on the high end. Leftover residual. And a loss bonus of just 1,900. So must-win round if Imperial want to keep the guns flowing.
Yeah. Another emphatic star here. They've had a few of them this series. One of which wasn't converted. Nuke, they had the 14-5 lead. So it's never a done deal. VINI, though, has been very impressive towards the monster tunnel. It's going to be flashed in once again by the looks of things here. Through he goes. It's boltz to lead the charge, but VINI converts yet another kill. So much damage has been done towards Advent. He'll do well to survive this one. Mercury on the flank once again. Bear in mind, it's that low HP player waiting towards the water here. He's certainly done for. VINI will confirm the frag, and now they've got the advantage. A minute 12 on the clock. So they've got an open plant, no problem there. The grenade won't do too much to Henny, and looks like they're saving already. Unfortunately, there'll be no further action here in round number 8.
Kaze doesn't seem to get the memo on that. He is actually very interested in this, but isn't being given anything. Not really being given a reason to go for it. They can try maximize damage here at least. But Kaze's going to lob in a smoke. Do they really want to give this a go? They've locked out the short post plant.
Not.
They could try dropping in. Kaze does have a kit. He could try get on this in the dying moments of the round, but it's got to be fast. It's got to be right now. You've got to get on this bomb now, and you've got to stick it. Kaze taken off the bomb by felps. He runs through the smoke, and so he will put a stop to that. Honestly, it's cheeky, but I actually really like it. Those aren't risks that CycLone take a lot.
You could see Zach was not comfortable. He knew there was a chance that retake was coming through, and there was time with the defuse there. If there's somehow a double spray down towards shore, you never know. But yeah, I don't hate it either, Harry, but it does lead into a very uncomfortable scenario now where it looks like we'll have a half buy coming through. It's another guaranteed round for Imperial, but had they pulled it off, could have been everything. But unfortunately, the bomb eludes them, and it will be just be pistols and an MP9 in round number 9. What could have been?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's a play kind of bred from the desperation of this being the third and final map of the series, and what could be what would be your last series played in this group of the Pro League. So that's the ESL Pro League.
Ah,
yeah,
Pro League.
You might have,
as opposed to the other leagues of pros. Important distinction to be made. It's felps walking in to that SMG, and wow, he does take a lot of damage converted by the Deeg by Kaze. Now Advent's P250s profiting. It's way too easy. How has this fallen so deep down the rabbit hole for Imperial? And Henny even losing a lot of his health in the process.
B is open though. boltz is taking a lot of space all the meanwhile. So yeah, CT's at the man advantage of it. The bomb should be planted, no problem. They can get strong post-plant positions here. Jam Young could be the fly in the ointment though. He's got the flank coming in towards shore. They should be taking this round on the CT side, but it's not locked in. Henny, he's got a chance of a frag here. Well played by Jam Young though, just playing defensively, not giving anything away. Henny surely doesn't check the corner.
No, this is really smart from Jam Young, but it's still going to come down to him in the clutch. boltz makes quick work of the rotates through heaven and is even given a cautionary second. That allows him to get all the way out of there through Monster.
He wouldn't.
The stick.
Oh, he's not coming for it. He's done it.
And now boltz, he's doubting this. He's counting down, swinging out, just takes him off the bomb. Seconds to spare, but boltz, the timekeeper, he's got that one down to a T. And he fully buys in. He counts to around about 8 seconds and then decides to hold W and go check that bomb.
Oh, that would have been a real game changer.
That's wild.
Genuine game changer. Jam Young, the 10
I love the commitment though. It's a really good call. He almost pulls it off. It's down to a second. But you're right. The internal clock of boltz is perfectly timed as we see it go 7-2. That was the partial buy for CycLone. They're back on the main weaponry now. For Mass, for Mosier. All for Kaze, but pretty healthy otherwise. Now going to see a bit of a long focus potentially as VINI with the bomb in towards playground. felps will join him, and they've got 2 players behind them as well. So going to try and keep things at range. But Kaze patrols that area with the AWP. Mercury in towards the bathrooms. He's actually on the flower beds as well. An old classic position.
That flash is going to be gobbled up by Kaze. Let's see just how white his screen gets. Whoa, yep.
Just went AFK, actually.
I mean, he's lucky he didn't actually get stuck on the dismount. They were coming for him, gunning for him. Walking up tight picnic. Oh. Mercury's trapped.
Even that's awkward, right? He lands at, oh, not as awkward as that! Henny and his flashbangs!
Oh no, it hits his teammate.
Yeah, it hit him as he jumped. And that's the other thing. VINI tried to jump to like offset the crosshair, so it failed on like multiple fronts there.
Like, maybe there would have been a trade regardless, but still, it was quite ugly. Still a 4-on-4. Henny with the bomb. Oh, he's got another grenade in his hand, watch out. Where's this one going?
That's a lovely lineup.
Yeah, I don't think he gets any more wrong, right?
No, that's perfect. Look at this.
That's more like it.
That's really limited their options. And then a flash for good measure to catch him in that limbo state. Kaze, he has just had a round completely butchered for him by nades. Well,
Henny returns to form, picks up the pieces there, deploys the correct utility towards the truck and CT spawn. Nice flashbang from Jotap. Job done, bomb planted. And the CTs are still here for now. I don't think they're going for it, but Advent is curious, at least towards long, see if he can find any sort of exits here. They'll get one. That's boltz found towards the bathrooms. Round should be confirmed. Advent's still pushing up, though. He's got a kit. They're fancying these kind of crazy scenarios.
Yeah, they're trying to thrive in the chaos, but it's still, you know, you're living on a prayer right now, and not meant to be, as Jamyoung's got to go save. You know, I think when they go for the first one, it's like a cool idea, it's a bit of a gimmick to go for the round. Then you hit this point where now you're just doing it because it feels like you have no other option to win them, right? Like you're throwing whatever you can. You're kind of just saying in those moments, like, yeah, you don't win these rounds more often than not, but please, Jamyoung, please, Advent. Like someone just get a multi-kill to bring us back in, you know?
Well,
and it's not nice. It feels like it's going the way of desperation now more than anything else.
Yeah.
And the problem with this, and the reason why savings become so meta, is that it lets you have more gun rounds. And so ultimately down the stretch, you know, if 5yclone keep kind of risking everything and going for these rounds that aren't ideal, it's going to hurt them in the long run. It's going to kind of accelerate their demise in a way.
They're already pretty wounded, Harry. They're 8-2 down on the CT.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. So, you know, it feels like they don't have options, but all I'm saying is they're not giving themselves room to have options later on in the game. That's why, you know, doing it once, it was like, oh, kind of a cool idea.
Sure.
Doing it 3 times in a row, now it's...
It's always in the bomb's got like 10 seconds left as well. They activate themselves. It's like, cool, yeah, there's a world where this works
so, like,
out.
Also, in a lot of those examples around where we've seen, like, last-second retakes happen, one that always springs to mind for me would be, like, Mao's, where I think it was Woxic and Rops did, like, a really late retake on Nuke upper site.
Yeah.
You know, they always hinge on having the element of surprise. It's like your opponent doesn't expect you to go for the retake with 10 seconds left. But now Imperial are just hanging out in the bomb site till the bomb goes off every time.
Love that, though, Matt. Using your only rifle and setting him up for success. felps expecting Advent to be flashed, and not the case. This would be a bit of a trip and stumble here, considering a half buy. Just Jamyoung's AK-47 brought through from the previous.
Yeah, presenting a couple of gimmicks there. The boost in towards connector couldn't have gone any better for them. And anticipating that monster flash once again, the 5-7 picking up the MAC-10. They've got a 5-on-3 and VINI, in-game leader, incredibly wounded now. Hoping a frag is gifted to them in some form. Well, and he gives up the game. Knows there's at least one player outside B. They're going to reposition, reset the round, head towards T-spawn. They've got all the grenades they need here, but just not much else to work with. They still need to find 5 kills en route, and the CTs are playing very conservatively. Tucked away on the bomb sites here, not giving much away at all. 45 seconds, and maybe back towards long we go.
Yeah. First information is going to come from Advent. He's going to say absolutely nothing hanging around my side. Mercury will react. And yeah, I think the first contact is going to be felt by this pointy end of Jota. They've got full toilets control. They'll be holding the site from there. The smoke's a little late, and this could be labored if Jamyoung does go down. Not the case, though, as he finds another Jamyoung. This is his round. This is all Jamyoung. Quad kill. Bookend frags as well in the round. Starts and finishes strong.
Yeah, very impressive. That one saved weapon pays dividends and then some going forward. Third on the board, a lot of work to do, but as you pointed out earlier, Alex, the money was kind of running thin for Imperial. Even after a stack of rounds here, they're all quite closely contested. And see Jam Young put them back in the driving seat here. A chance to find consecutive rounds for the first time, as we get just 2 rifles for Imperial, 3 pistols otherwise, and a couple of smokes to work with as they head towards middle. Trying to be combative, try and find the aggressive CTs at the start of the round. felps might do just that. Nice spray down, looking for the double kill. Can't quite convert it. His teammate will drop. It's Mercury with a desperate kill as he tries to fade away. Jota will find him. And they've done enough here. Mid-control granted towards the Brazilian side. Managing to salvage an AWP as well. So they are in a much better position than they started with. Well, well, well. It's 5yclone on the back foot now. Known for their reactive CT play. They managed to steal Nuke away. They were 14-5 down in a 5-on-3. And one of the best reactions we've seen all tournament, that retake from the lower bomb site up Secret. Fought their way back into the series. Brought us to the second map. And right now, Advent doing a great job. They're making this round a possibility. If you can find yet another kill, you never know. boltz will beat him to the punch. And it will be Advent going down. So 40 seconds remain. And it looks like Imperial might have done enough here. The CTs are segregated on either side of the map.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Imperial, they're just picking apart this defense like apples at an orchard. Juicing 5yclone for everything they're worth. Bit of a one-sider, as it were. 19 seconds and counting. Mosier, he's alone on this site. This practically helpless. He has to be a hero. And he is. Oh, he's taken down the ball! Jota's gone! And just like that, Mosier activates round 1 in one fell swoop. A single man up against 3, and he's done it.
That is massive. And boltz will go down as well after the time. It's all gone horribly wrong. That was the force buy. They had all the advantages they could ask for there. Can't get the bomb planted. Fumble at the last hurdle, and boltz gets no catch going forward as well. Bit of a nightmare scenario. Zach can feel this one slipping away as Mosier starting to rise to the occasion. And what a remarkable play that was. Jam Young to close things out. Take the kill on boltz after time as well. Has to be the full eco. boltz will spend all his money at $400. He spends 300 of them just to get a P250. So they're in a lot of trouble now for the remainder of this half.
This could, yeah, very well go 8-7. Imperial, their grip slips. 2 in a row from 5yclone, and yeah, you've got to give Mosier his flowers for that play. It's beautiful. It's resulted in what could still be a very competitive overpass here, despite, you know, there is something to be said for the T side. 8 rounds, that is quite comfortable for Imperial already. But recovering the half, Kaze, he's been having a real rough go of things on that AWP. It's been few and far between that we found ourselves kind of saying his name in these impact rounds. But the game's not done yet.
Far from it. A few more twists and turns, it seems. 5yclone making this one very competitive now. This round on a silver platter for them. Shouldn't be any complications here, he says, as they get ready to pounce on the A side. That is so battered and bruised already.
Yeah.
Should just be a matter of time.
This is safe.
This
one can't get out of hand. They're too well set up. Ooh, and so it's nice and clean. And Mosier is really feeling himself after that last little win out from the truck. He throws himself into every fight he can there. So 5yclone is trying to rebuild this CT side, trying to offer something up. After all, Imperial, they're going to take a timeout here to try and problem solve. They want to feel like they got all they could out of the strong start that this game allowed. They were 8-2 up. And there's a world where this first half really closes up before all is said and done. Yeah. Imperial don't want that, especially not after they had that 14-5 lead slip through their fingers to open up the series.
The individuals starting to shine bright. Mosier looking very snappy with his M4A1S right now. And we get to round number 14. Imperial still feeling the burn of boltz not being able to save his weapon. Died after time. He'll have to operate with the Tech 9 here. Round 14, it's 5yclone back online, looking for 8-7. Been very convincing in the last few rounds, making this competitive, and they've got the advantage here as we get into Jam Young, facing towards Monster, but smoked off. Kaze not feeling too good about the mid interaction either. So very defensive now. They've shown a bit of presence, a bit of aggression, but finding more success once they slow the round down and let Imperial make the first move. There it is. felps just offers himself up for free.
That is not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the objective was there. I'll be honest with you, just a complete fake, if you want to call it that, as they get ready to go in towards B. Now, Flashbang has worked wonders for Imperial, continues to do so, but Adven, big spray down, a boatload of damage inflicted on them. They maintain the man advantage, and that should be round.
Yeah, that should be everything. Just Henny left up in this one. He's going to have a chance at the bomb plant, but now he's got to embark on this 1v3. Heaven Orb still in play for Kaze, ready to swing out once contact is made over at CT. They nearly line up for Henny. That Kaze Orb needs to come through, and it will. Swinging out from the heavens, Kaze keeps that round in check. And so 5yclone are on their way to do it to him. 6-8 now. This
They
CT
should have won
side...
this series 2-0. Bear that in mind. Imperial, like, Nuke was theirs. They were having fun at one point. It looked like they were just chill, relax on the server, and somehow lost in regulation. They came back to true form on Anubis, showed us they were the better team. But right now, giving up this 8-2 lead, if it ends 8-7, there'll be some questions as to whether they throw this game.
The thing that's so wild to me is that this is spearheaded by Advent at the top of the board. The guy who's been playing this game over a decade now. 31 years of age, even a time in the coaching slot, but then came back to calling in the server because he wanted to have more impact. And here he is, top of the board over his kind of star-studded younger roster. And he's put up another one to open up this round.
Dream game from Advent as Imperial. This overpass by no means done. 5yclone have made that clear. A statement of intent to close out the half with 4 already under their belt. A 5th looms with a man advantage gifted to them by Advent. And these opening deaths from Imperial, they've been haunting them. Advent, he's even aware of the potential for that boost, just crouching as they currently establish it.
This is a bit desperate now for Imperial. Final round, couple of Galils out there, hoping that boost will find them a pick, but they've got nothing. So what do? You've given up full map control. Take a look elsewhere. Mercury has everything under his remit in terms of A. So if they fell back, it would cost so much time just to cover all the nooks and crannies on the map. I don't think they can justify it. They'll have to finish up in B. Smoke down towards Graffiti. Flash in through Monster. Hope for the best here, but this two-man setup looks way too strong for Jam Young and co.
Just like that, perfect find, yeah. Now felps has revealed the boost, so they know where 2 of the 3 remaining players are. And let's not forget that flash came from Henny. They know where all of them are.
Advent's been the guy to keep an eye on, but wrecked by the flashbang.
Uh-oh.
Kaze with a missed shot. This 3v4 is starting to turn around. felps adds another to the tally. Jota picks up an opener, and now it's just Mercury on the backstab in a 1v3. They don't know about him on this wrap round, but suddenly this round, what's expected of Mercury, it's all changed. And this flank before, while it felt like a safety net, now it's got to stand and rise above it all in this 1v3 clutch. Jota, first man in. Mercury spots out a second. felps is tagged up. He drops into the pit to play with Henny. Will Mercury be aware of this second man down in the pit, down in the water? No! Mercury will! Out of this world as Mercury steps up in the 1v3. And so they find 7 to close out the first half. This ties up neck and neck.
Twist will remain supreme. on the pavement, and don't you ever mistake it.
The chance in this one, makes it look too clean.
Well, well, well. Mercury secures a 7th for CycLone. And the last round of the half with a clutch that gets the juices flowing. Look at the celebrations from Jam Young. He's feeling himself. And Zach, the opposite as well.
Dude. He has aged this series. It's been a rough ride out there. Given that he was locked in, but once again, they've allowed CycLone to creep up on them and maybe steal this one away.
Interesting. Sorry to interrupt you. Advent's actually had Jam Young drop him a Molotov so he can have 2 flashes smoke molly as all on one man.
They've done this a few times. They go for these really interesting deployments of utility, spending like $1,000 on one player. And we have got a boost in towards that connector. It's Jota to take first contact and doesn't connect the dots. The Julies are great at close range, but they're falling back now. And it actually could be very detrimental. Kaze with the first pick on Henny, and now they've got all the time in the world to play with. They know what kind of setup the CTs were presenting. Oh, so much damage.
They're in trouble. They are in jeopardy. This was, you know, seen as a 3-mapper. It was seen as an Imperial potential 2-0 with a bit of a floundering on Nuke. But when we got to Overpass and when we got the, you know, the first couple of rounds under Imperial's belt, we all kind of settled into accepting that, okay, you know, CycLone's days end here at Pro League. But with a pistol here, this is going to put us at 8-8, and Jota's dead to the boost. All players now just charging up long.
I think we've got boltz residing on the A side. Bear in mind, he's got 9 HP as well. What can he really do? Sure, he's got the P250. He might be down to felps here. If he gets a clean kill, unfortunately, it's anything but. Mercury will scamper away, just maintaining control. VINI, the last line of defense here. felps down to 2 HP, make it 0. And poor old boltz, as mentioned, already tagged up, and they've lost the lead. The 8-2 lead on the T side, Alex. It's all gone.
Yeah, it's definitely something to behold, isn't it? This has been, now, this will be their 6th consecutive round that CycLone have taken against Imperial. First of our second half, but
they're going to be so upset if they lose the series now. They'll have no one to blame but themselves. After that new performance, like, it was locked in, a done deal. You choked a 5-on-3 against pistols, like, if that happens, yeah, they'll be looking back at that round, I think.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the way Fallen put it in the interview, Freya speaking to Fallen, just sitting on the couch saying, like, if it was a best of 1, that would have haunted them, right? Nuke would have completely haunted them, but I mean, it's best of 3. It could still be something that keeps you up at night.
It would have been a 2-0. You saw how much they dominated Anubis. So they are the better team. Like, I think it's objectively fair to say. But this performance today, like, in terms of mental fortitude and tenacity, it's been CycLone that have proven they can keep their head above water even when shit hits the fan. CycLone still focus on the objective, focus on the goal, and they've done it. They brought us right back in the 3rd and final map. A tournament life on the line, ladies and gentlemen. It's 8-8, and they have all the advantages going into round number 17. Nice scout shot from Henny, though. Completely blind. Take Kaze down to just 38 points of health. Need a lot more where that came from.
Yeah. Casting with JL, every time we saw a scout shot hit, he said, I'd rather be dead. I'd rather be dead.
It's true.
Like, I'd rather you just got the headshot.
I feel like my round's over.
Yeah, great.
God's
okay,
sake.
so I can't actually take any fights. Kaze put on the scout. Maybe he can still find a way to contribute. Big round here. Imperial, they've chosen to invest. So Deagles, Kevlar up against these Galils. And they're reaggressing toilets. Henny looking for answers long. He's not going to find anything just yet. Just as he averts his gaze, they do start to push. There it is from Kaze. Anything you can do, Henny, I can do better. He finds the headshot.
Yeah, showstopper. And we have got a CZ. We haven't seen many of those this tournament, to be fair. Advent, though, making sure he checks every single possibility there, and that's going to be the round. This was the force buy, bear in mind, so retake not even possible. Even the grenade finds a kill, you wouldn't fancy their chances. So the option is to save the little they have, a couple of pistols and a scout. The scouts, more importantly, that there is a world where you can find a few tags, as we saw, make things uncomfortable. This time unable to convert them, but it will be CycLone recovering the map. 8-2 deficit on their CT side. And now here they are with the lead in the second half. 3rd and final map. It's coming up to 11 PM here in Malta. They won't be into the playoffs if they win this game. They'll have an uphill battle still. There'll be potentially 2 more best-of-3s to play tomorrow, but impressive nonetheless. It looked like they were not even going to turn up to this series in the first map.
No, that's for sure. It did look like it was going to just be a kind of leisurely stroll to that last chance qualifying game. Bang, lovely shot. Henny fell, and yeah, Advent with his deep clears, ensuring things don't go awry. It's bleak out there for Imperial.
Yeah, so you save 3 guns, but 2 of them are pistols, and you're really relying on this scout to have high impact here. After the first half, though, Henny 6 kills, hasn't had a world-class performance by any stretch of the imagination. We'll see if he can step up here, find some high-level impact. It's VINI, who's been the master of monster to be found on the T side. He was finding opening picks left and right in the first 5 or 6 rounds, but then certainly the drop off here. Cyclone don't actually have a single AK-47 in round number 3. They're going to be operating with scout themselves, 3 Khalils.
Yeah, well, that is a product of the sheer lack of frags from Imperial. 5 alive in the previous, and only 4 alive in the pistol. Like, their cache is getting real nice little cushion. You can see everyone on 3K. Imagine if they have, I don't know, 4 or 3 alive again. It becomes a bit too much.
I don't think it'll be that clean cut here. The fact they're seeing some transitioning players from the B-bomb side, they do have decent numbers on this side of the map. Imperial, that is, of course. They've got Henny with the scouts, and now they'll have a chance to go for a shot. And, well, they'll exchange blows. Both players down to about 20 HP. Same smokes deployed, the usual Molotovs as well. Flashbangs to follow next, and Mercury might be alone here. He knows it as well. The flashbangs are provided. He gets the opening shot, and that's going to be a very important kill. So is that one. Advent once again checking every single corner, making sure they survive, and Kaze goes down. He had 1 point of health there, but surely they've done enough. Just VINI remains the in-game leader.
I wanted him to have that. I wanted that vintage Advent 20 up against Imperial. Maybe VINI has got a little more to say with a 5.7. 10 more bullets in the clip. Jamyoung doesn't need to give him the fight, but he does just get it across into the safety of Bank. VINI's chances now depleting rapidly, just running and gunning, hoping to find Jamyoung. Jamyoung delivers, and yeah, you're right, Henry, it's not as clean. 3 casualties, but all that means is 3 AK-47s going to be whipped out here, maybe even an
I guess that's a good point. They have plenty of money. They don't really want the Khalils and scouts going forward, so just get rid of them. It's absolutely fine, and it will be 10-8. They're the first team to post double digits. Now on their T side, this is getting incredibly stressful for Imperial.
This round especially, right? Like if you've come into your first gun round, they haven't had victory in a while. It's been 9 rounds, I think. Let me count: 8 rounds in consecutive fashion. From that 8-2 scoreline, makes sense. Yeah,
God, yeah, you're right. They're still on 8 rounds. I guess that hadn't really sunk in. Like, they still have 8 from that original 8-2. What the hell is going on, Dan?
Exactly. Right now, Imperial, it's this gun round. It has to be this gun round.
Okay, that's actually got me all twisted. I hadn't really considered that. They're still on 8.
Yeah, from the round 10.
Oh, my. All right, that changes everything. I can see why Zach is so alarmed right now. He can see this one slipping away. They're fading out of the tournament. Imperial, wake up. AWP for Henny. Still on 6 kills. I think I said that about 3 or 4 rounds ago. Mercury with the mid control. CT's very tentative with their approach. Haven't got that Brazilian flair behind them right now. Passive in the crossfires in the B bomb site. boltz and VINI lying in wait. It's what looks to be a B execution. 4 players here spotted though. felps sees 1, making the calls. And this will be a contact play out. A couple of flashes over the Molotovs. In we go.
Yeah, not bad at all. They have to find contact. Who's the first to pull the trigger? VINI on the barrels. He's got boltz delivering as well from the heavens. Jota applying pressure, but Mosier still in the sight, keeps it level. Kaze caught. Nice one back. Mosier doing so much work for the gang, but still an advantage for Imperial. Is this the final run from CycLone? Is it the first round from Imperial since the 10th round? I think it is. Caught in the crossfire.
Locked in. Yes, finally, something to shout about. A successful round. Zach trying to keep morale high here. He knows this one, the wheels are potentially already fallen off, but needs to keep them in the game, focused on the objective here. Still 1 round in it. 10-9. Imperial keep 3 players alive there as well. Recover some AK-47s. boltz doing the majority of the heavy lifting here. Big spray down towards short. Nice flank from Jota. And they get it over the line. Break the streak, finally. And 5yclone will have enough money, of course, but a couple of concessions. Jamyang with no utility and an Advent Galil will be brought out. Starting to see some of the confidence come back now. Look at the CT stance.
Oh!
It's going to, that's actually going to throw
He was alone! It's right, it's
exactly.
over!
I was about to say there's a 3-man push towards middle.
Oh my God!
I didn't think Jamyang would just help himself towards B.
Oh.
It's already done.
You said Jamyang no util, so I just glanced at him as he's knife out, running it into the B site.
You're
and
right.
VINI, he was responsible for the whole site. Poor guy, still setting up his util.
$600, right? He still could have actually purchased some utility. That was all by design from Spawn. He knew that he had an intention from the very get-go. And they went for a mid-push. And VINI, he was just arriving at the bomb site. He didn't know the play had even begun. That's wild from Jamyang. Excellent work there. And like I said, I think that's rounds. I don't think they're going for it. So they try to change stance. I was about to compliment and say, yeah, they found their confidence again. They're pushing middle. They're bringing the action towards the T's. But the full investment towards middle cost them. Jamyang steals the round away with just 1 single kill. Advent will explore the hunting options here, but quickly pushed back by boltz, and it's going to be 11 on the board for 5yclone as they look to eliminate Imperial here from Group C of Pro League.
That's mad. What a beautiful little sequence there. I wonder if the molly was like thrown by the T side. Like, it looked like Jamyang could walk straight through it. Didn't take a point of damage.
Oh, Zach. It's all gone wrong.
Yeah. I mean, that's car crash television. On the bright side, this is Silver Line. It's my turn to play the Silver Line thing. They only lost 1 player. They will have another attempt.
Right. Yep, not all is lost, but it certainly is slipping away. As we see the pace picked up once again for 5yclone here, finding their own mojo on Overpass. Anubis fell very flat for them, never really got going, but Jamyang is finding all sorts of confidence now. He's not let go of W in about 3 rounds. Does full send in towards the bathrooms this time.
Go on.
He's had enough.
Go on.
He's not slowing down for anyone, Alex. Jota's going to find him and get taken down once again. Jamyang is dominating the server right now. Continuing his impressive form we've seen all tournament long. Henny is surrounded. Can he find the shots? Can he find the form? The first one is his, but players will make their presence known from the bathroom. That's going to be Advent and Mercury contributing to the fragging, and it looks like we are done here. A desperate grenade does a little bit of damage as the round is concluded, and it's Jamyang once again full speed ahead as he finds his 16th kill.
Yeah, not 4-weapon save this time, Henry. Quite the opposite. It's VINI and boltz trying to hold on to what they've got at the back of the site. In Jamyang and this sellotaped W key.
I just want more shots of Zach and more sprinting from Jamyang. That's my 2 favorite things right now.
It's tough. It's tough out there. And the helplessness you must feel as a coach when these kind of games are going down.
Oh, hang on.
He's going for it. He's going for it. Yeah, I heard Cypher going, Ninja! Ninja!
You're right, they're right next to us as well. Yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, at least they were aware. It's good to hear them
that would have cheered Zach right up. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, dude, he's tactical timeout. He just
muted his mic.
Oh, okay. That's actually says it all. So he's either just giving them some space to breathe. Maybe it was one of those rounds where say, compose yourself. Just take 30 seconds. Don't say anything. Can we spot it from over here?
Yeah, is VINI talking? I mean, that's what I'm interested in.
He's got a face like a slapped ass right now, and the fact his mic's up, it suggests he's not happy.
Well, there's no point having a Mardy.
No, I get it totally, but like the timeout is
that is his
only
only
time
moment.
to talk. He probably should be contributing, right? Like,
you'd think.
Like I said, though, he could be giving them space.
Yeah.
Let everyone breathe. VINI, very experienced. Got a lot of experience in his team. You've got Henny, VINI, boltz, felps. These are big names. Huge names in the Brazilian scene. Like they've been here before. They know what they have to do.
Well, they beat North Americans. Now up next is to conquer the South.
Yeah.
And 4 rounds away from 5yclone eliminating Imperial. It was out of our...
Let's go on Jam Cam.
Jam Cam.
What's he up to? All right, a little bit slower.
Oh, what?
Sorry about that.
He's not holding W.
It's not quite as exciting as I had anticipated. Don't listen to me.
Let's see what they get done with this. It's a very interesting smorgasbord of buy. And he's got his big green. Henny equipped and ready for long. No hurry here, but through connector they will test Jota. He's responsible for a large part of this map, and he's about to get util thrown in his face. Flash good, they're out. And that forces him into a more defensive stance.
Wow. This third map is actually delivering.
It is.
From a spectator perspective, this is everything you want. An elimination game, it's right down to the wire. Crazy plays are being presented left and right, and Mercury to lead the charge here. CTs are ready. felps need to find multiple kills. They're only good for one, but there are more B players behind him. It's VINI, though. Only got the MP9, sits in the smoke, praying, hoping he can do something with this one. boltz behind him, and that's a good effort. Can he get a double? Not quite. They continue to trade blows here. Mosier with a chance of the doubles. Only a pistol on the other side, and they've done it. Henny thrown into another 2 versus 1. They can recover the bomb. Oh, he's towards Monster. Won't be able to deny anything. And remember, I said Henny, 6 kills. What about 7 rounds ago? He's up to 7 at this point. He has no impact whatsoever in the second half.
Yeah, right.
I don't think he'll be winning a 1v2.
Single kill. A single kill is all he has to boast this half.
I don't think he'll be doing anything with this. He knows it. Off he goes. 13-9.
And I want to look at that orb. It's a souvenir from what is Blast Major. Vitality? Is that Vitality? Yeah. That must be worth a few pennies, I reckon. Even if I do think it's ugly. But Henny, while we stare at his skin, he's also staring at the score. That's 13 reads for 5yclone. Zach just forced to watch at this point. He's got one more timeout. He'll choose when, as and when to deploy that.
Oh, I'm feeling a bit like nervous for Imperial right now. This is what this loss will do for them. Like it's been such a roller coaster of emotions, Alex. Like, we've had so many huge leads blown, and again here on Overpass, the 8-2 lead, and now they're 13-9 down. Like, they're getting blown out the water. Doesn't seem to be a response.
Don't forget that Apex game. The reason they're in this last chance is because of a 16-14 and a 16-13 loss to a European team.
Yeah.
And now they find themselves in a full 3 mapper against 5yclone of China. And there's 3 rounds away from being eliminated at Pro League. I mean, it's a long way home to Brazil.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
and this, you don't have the benefit of saying, well, we've got the academy players here, we've got the young guns, we're trying to teach. These are all household names of Brazilian teams. Like we said, felps have been to 5 majors, you know, like same story for a lot of these guys. boltz, one of the most long-standing names of Brazilian Counter-Strike we've ever seen.
For real. Yeah, I remember his LG days, and that's a flash to his face. Jota's dead. Does do some damage, but he'd have loved the kill. Jamyoung left on low HP. Henny drops the utility and starts to occupy the toilets. He doesn't have anyone initially supporting him, though, so it is a bit of... There it is. felps is going to be holding his backside.
Another opening pick.
And only VINI's here, bro. If Mosier's got the flight path right, if his pre-aim is good and true...
Which it has been.
It has been. Then that B site's lost and this is 14.
All right, VINI, what have you got for us? Last line of defense, but starting to probe towards shorts here. This is the battle. This is the duel that decides it all. Maybe even the outcome of this series. VINI, we need everything from you here. You've not got the best position, I'll tell you that much. Maybe he can deliver on the execution. A double kill is much more than he was worth there. 2.5, really, of Mosier down to 52. He's leveled the playing field. A 3-on-3, a possible retake now, so he has done enough.
Yeah, boltz has a kit. Yeah, start with a boost, and that's perfect to catch Kaze, but they don't find the headshot. felps lets him go. Kaze tags him up to say thank you, but hold on, Mosier's dead. The damage from VINI converted. And Henny catches Jamyoung on the clear. This is all shaped up nicely, but can Kaze come up clutch? The answer seems apparent as he's backing away.
Wow.
Accepts defeat and saves the orb.
Can you believe it? We said VINI had to step up there. Oh, yes, Zach, I feel you, brother. It's been a rough second half here, but finally a decent round for Imperial. VINI delivering the goods towards short. Needed at least a double kill. He goes above that, gets a 2.5. Considerable damage towards Mosier as well. Setting up boltz to the retake. Henny well positioned, getting that 8 frag there. Sure, he's been quiet, but delivering when it matters most. They've now closed the gap down to 3 rounds here. Money not broken, though. Far from it. Still another buy in the bag for 5yclone. 13-10 right now. But they've looked like they're really feeling themselves. They're picking at the pace now. They're playing with a bit more flair. As Jota forcing the issue, pushing it towards playground. Does this work out for him? He's making so much noise. It's a freebie for Mercury, and he finds the headshot.
I hate it.
Yeah, for a second you loved it.
Changed my mind. Oh, very loud about that. And they were so well positioned, you know? That's a well ironed out default so that any of those aggressions, you tend to get the advantage in them.
My oh my.
VINI's got the perfect weapon for this angle. He's going to have to go above and beyond again. Diligent stuff. You see they haven't been spotted. No advantages here for VINI. 3 have made it across. And they flash and go. Nice spacing. Good find from Mosier as now into the open B site they go. Is this even one you dare trifle with? Do you put all your pennies into this one? No, you don't. No, you do not. Henny and felps told to save.
Yeah, no choice. If they went for this one, they'd be madmen. But
2,900 next round, so my math sucks. It's not pretty, though.
If they save the 2 guns with the lower M4 and just needing body armor, there's a buy. There's always a buy in this today's game. Unfortunately, like, it's difficult. You forget the M4 is slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
The meta currently is to not buy helmets, and yeah, with the saved weapons, they've certainly got a buy, but it's not an amazing one, that's for sure. That's if they do save the weapons. What an amazing round from CycLone once again. Henny trying to hold on to the AWP. He's currently 0-3 in opening duels here on Overpass. Missing a lot of shots. That's a prime example. Hasn't really got going. We know he can be a world-class talent when he really is feeling it. He doesn't have the consistency of other snipers. I think that's fair to say. 14-10.
That flash really limited VINI's options. This is how it started. Jota going a bit too aggressive. And
like, it was looking good, right? He had a lot of conviction behind the push. It looked like a set piece. My teammates are setting me up. But then as soon as he went down, there was no one else with him. It's just like, well, that was a huge gamble.
Right,
really.
yeah, I mean, if you're standing around with the fountain area and you're kind of taking that fight with flashes behind you, I liked it. It was just, yeah, so much and so alone.
So all in.
Imperial, they need this. Captain Obvious here.
Yeah. I kind of feel them though, like this is going to be heartbreaking for Imperial. What a way to go out. And it's a recovery mission now. Try and get themselves back in the game. At least they have a bye.
Yeah. But you're right, though. It isn't pretty in the sense that you've got, what, 3 smokes, and that's about it for the entirety of this round. Can't go for any of those flash re-aggresses. And again, this spread seems strong. Advent could be caught out by this angle, though. felps has got a real power position for the walk-up, but Advent, he's considered it. Smokes it off. felps reveals himself, and now from the top rope, coming in from the top side. Advent dead. Nice shot from Jota. Huge impact felt as he finds 2 when most would get none. Jamyoung coming out with a double of his own. That is disastrous. Problems, but boltz needs 2 as well. He's been spotted out, hunted down. Jamyoung on the W key with a great headshot of his own.
Good.
That is naughty. And Henny in a clutch. Does he even want to go? 15 looms.
He's not feeling himself right now. He ain't going for this. He's got no kit, 8 kills. There's a kit, or maybe he'll change his mind, but there's no chance. He's better off saving the AWP, surely.
Oh, he just
doesn't even pick up the kit.
Avoided the kit.
There's another one down on the side.
Through the smoke.
If he does this, fair play.
He's got a good idea of where they both are. Spots on the cards. Hey, immediate trade! 1 round away from eliminating Imperial from ESL Pro League.
I can't believe it. 1
single round. I can't quite believe it either. Don't forget, Henry's reminded you multiple times, but 8-2 at the half. Oh, not at the half. That would be a different game mode. But I'm telling you now, 8-2 to start off Overpass. And Zach, this is a little compilation of how brutal of a roller coaster this has been to ride on for the coach.
The highest highs and indeed the lowest lows here. And right now, they're at the bottom of the barrel, feeling the brunt of it. They need 5 perfect rounds on the CT side of Overpass to stay alive here. Yeah, Zach, this has been a rough one. Trying to keep the morale high, trying to keep their heads in the game, but fumbling a lot of advantages, unable to land shots, having 0 impact in some cases. Round number 26. Is this the end of the run for Imperial at ESL Pro League Season 18 Group C? It's been a mixed bag of results, a new team, but full of veterans. They should be taking this sort of matchup. As they've shown us, they've looked like the better team, especially on Anubis, especially on Nuke, which they fumbled and threw, essentially.
Yeah, like Advent started so strong on the CT side, and it's just bought enough time for Jamyoung to truly manifest the greatness he seems capable of. It's been a real up and down journey for CycLone too. Let's not forget, they've also been down in the dumps at times and shown some serious resilience. That 8-2, they were staring down the barrel of it.
Yep.
Turned it on. And now this could really be the final round.
What have you got left for us, Imperial? You can't really take many risks on the CT side now. You can't be pushing for information. They'll have to sit back in the crossfires. They don't have a lot of utility. 2 smokes and an HE grenade. The tournament live fit. Still a 5-on-5 for now. Kazi with the AWP, Jam Young. An absolute masterclass in Counter-Strike on Overpass here. What a recovery. He's presented an absolute freebie once again. Another opening kill for 5yclone. Is it enough to get them over the finish line? The best opportunity they've seen so far to close out the series.
So this is where those players, perhaps, I tell a lie, can start to overthink it, but one between the eyes, Jota's gone. Jam Young's even aware for the double up long.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
He switched on. So good. He's aware they could have been playing double long. He's ready for Henny, and now they lose their heads. It's over. It's done. 5yclone eliminate Imperial. They stay in the tournament. Group C continues to deliver. Imperial, that is going to live rent-free in their minds tonight.
It was all down to Nuke in the end. A great showing on Anubis, but the 14-5 lead.